From everywhere they're coming. They're the people's choice, the Saxon superstars.
Hello? Who's in the morning?
Yeah, yo, Jordan, we're finishing.
We know you're watching. We can feel you. We know that you are afraid. Afraid of us. You're afraid of change. You're afraid of what happens when the Bahamian people find out that you've lied to them. I'm going to hang up this phone, and we are going to tell them everything. We are going to tell them who they are and what you took from them. Change is not coming. Change is here.
Fellow Bahamians, you have been lied to. You have been told that you are poor, that you have no wealth and no resources. You have been told that your natural resources are worth nothing. You've been told that even if you had natural resources that only the wealthy could afford to mine and process it. While you were struggling to survive, they were secretly shipping billions of tons of your natural resources out of the country. It's time to learn the truth. It's time to end this myth. There is a dangerous cohort called the oligarchs. They have been using your beloved politicians as puppets to do their bidding. To distract you with rallies, handouts and jobs while they ran off with your riches. So the question is, how do you get your resources out of the hands of the oligarchs and into the hands of the Bahamian people? It's easier than you think. Today, I have come as the bearer of good news. And that is that change is not coming, change is here.
I am so sorry. Um, we had no sound all this time. That wasn't the bad people this time. That was me. All right, that was me. I am so sorry. All right, so I'm so sorry you missed that whole entire introduction. But we can't go back. We got to keep moving forward. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. And you got to make sure if the audio is not good at any point, please let me know. I will be watching. Last time we had bad info and we was putting out all that good information to you, and that was being interfered with. All right, that was being interfered with on both YouTube and Facebook. There was interference. So let me know when you see interference. Now, I was talking about BC, and we're going to reveal some things about BC to you. We're going to reveal some documents that you've never seen. We're going to reveal some documents. There's a document too that's circulating now, and we're going to reveal some things. We're going to go through the numbers and let you know exactly what is going on. We've been raped and robbed for so long, ladies and gentlemen. We have been raped and robbed in this nation for so long. We've been raped and robbed, and we're going to fix that. I just want to say this. I heard that Shivago Lang was on a show today, and Shivago Lang is a known political operative. We know that. You can call him a political prostitute. And I say that unapologetically. And of course, he made some statements about BEC today. He talked about Focal, and someone called, and he was adamant that Focal does not sell oil to BPL, but he was stammering and couldn't answer, and he really couldn't say, okay, then who do they buy it from? He was the Minister of State for Finance. If Focal doesn't sell to BPL, then you can say who sells to BPL. You were the Minister of State for Finance. Why is it that you're not saying then? Is it because they open these bunch of special companies and have different companies doing different things? Is that it? Well, anyway, he adamantly denied it, and he said, why would he lie for the PLP? Why would he take their side? And of course, what he didn't tell you was that Focal is owned by PLPs and FNMs. Just like our homes owned by PLPs and FNMs. Sun Oil, PLPs and FNMs. These companies are owned by both the PLP and FNM, and they have a mafia grip on this country, and they are raping and robbing us, and they've been raping and robbing us for far too long. Why didn't he say that? Why didn't he say that this is PLP and FNM? We know why. These people have been abusing this country, and then they put their political trolls, coonies in the media to defend whatever they're doing, to cover up and hide. Please stop listening to the media. It's time for us to wake up as a people. Spread this message. Share this. Make sure that the whole country knows exactly what's going on. So, you all missed the whole introduction, but I won't get into that. If you want to learn more, go to our last live, and then I'm going to add some more to this live. In the last live, you would have learned that Focal is selling to BPL and other companies. All right, is selling, and that are subsidiaries of Focal. All right, and Sun Oil, etc. These are one companies, and so the Sun Utilities, Focal, Sun Oil, all these companies, it's PLPs and FNMs, and they are raping us, and they are the reason we are where we are. We're going to go through the numbers tonight, so I need you all to stay with me. And at the end of this show, there's a lady who wants you to hear from her about what she has been going through and what's been happening with her. There's so many poor people being abused in this country, and it has to stop. It's like there's no one to stand up for them. We have to stand up for the people. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna get to it, and we need you to share this. Talk to your family and friends. Let them know that we need change, and we're gonna have change. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I want to start here. All of a sudden, electricity goes up. All of a sudden, electricity goes up. You may remember that there was a promise under the previous administration that we would get free electricity. And it's shocking now for some people that electricity is actually going up instead of going down. We go through this after every election cycle. You vote for these people because they say they qualified. You want to get rid of the other people so bad, so you go and vote for the next people, and then you get shocked when you should have known what's coming because you are voting for the same people back and forth over and over. We have not changed governments in this country since 1967. We have not changed administrations since 1967. Finland, Ingram, Christie, and Brave Davis is one. And they were all controlled by the previous UBP government to a certain extent. Believe me when I tell you, and that I can show you, I can prove to you, but that's for another show. Ladies and gentlemen, I just had to see this. It's facetious. I don't remember if he said any out of order words, but I just want producers, if y'all could play it, I just want y'all to see this. Because if you don't laugh, you'll cry. And so I wanted to start this out on a light note about the promise that Brave Davis made to give us free electricity before the election. And now look where we are. If he said any out of order words, I don't remember. Please excuse. But if you don't laugh, you'll cry. Let's laugh.
If I ever catch a BEC employee in my yard, if the PLP getting power, okay, I jucking you. Okay, I jucking you because the PLP promised us free electricity. Huh? Why you in niggas' yard trying to cut off people light? Why? Huh? I carrying you to court and I jucking you. Okay? I jucking you. Moral of the story is this. Don't make promises you can't.
Listen, um, every election we go through this, and we're right back here. All right, and I just want to say kudos to the magistrate who removed that foreigner who attacked our BC worker. Uh, he was removed from this country. He was fined, and I'm told that he was removed. He was ordered banished. That he has to leave this country. And if that is the case, I want to say kudos to that magistrate. In the New Bahamas, foreigners will respect every Bahamian. You will not think that because you are a wealthy foreigner and your skin color may be lighter, that you can abuse any Bahamian in this country. I don't care if they are a street sweeper, or a regular worker, a BC worker. I don't care if they change the oils of the car at BC. You respect Bahamians when you are in the Bahamas because Bahamians will be the kings and queens in this country because we are. So if that's the case, I just want to say kudos to that magistrate that did that. Okay, and so thank you so much. So, ladies and gentlemen, listen, there's so much to cover. Don't even know where to start. I mean, this is serious, Bahamas. Um, I just want you to know that this is a diabolical plot. This is a diabolical plot to rape and rob our nation. And I'm going to show you some documents right now. I'm going to be doing some screen shares. I'm going to show you some documents that's going to be extremely interesting to you. Some of this may upset you. I actually hope that it does. I hope that it does. Just looking at some things. Oh my God. Ah, boy. Just looking at some things. Wow. Mm. Ladies and gentlemen, our country is in a serious way. Is in a serious way. Lord help us. All right, let's get started. Let's see where we get started with this. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a document going around that actually I'll start with this document. Let me just do a quick screen share so you all can see this. Y'all hang with me here. I'm just gonna do a quick screen share. There's a document going around today, it's really went around on social media. Um, my device is now freezing up. I don't know why it's doing that, but I can still hear that I am live, but my device is totally frozen up. Uh, wow. I hope I've not been hacked. I normally am able to avoid being hacked. OMG. So, ladies and gentlemen, my device has totally gone uh, blocked out. My device is totally blocked out. I think I'm still live, but I think I'm okay. Look like it's something happening. Just give me a sec. Oh my god. When is going? Yeah, something is going on. I think someone is afraid, but okay, let's see if okay. Let's see if we can get this going. Come on, come on, come on. Fight the bad guys, fight the bad guys. Okay, here we go. So I'm sharing my screen. I want you to see this. This is a document that is going around. All right. And so it's from 2019, July 30th, 2019. And this here is saying Sun Oil, name and company, to, all right, to Sun Oil from Derry Berry Oil and Gas Inc. All right. Gives their address and everything. All right. Trade number, whatever. And this is an agreement between the two companies. All right. And it is for the export of oil. Okay. And so some of you may have been seeing this already today, and some of you may have not. If you haven't, they're buying 320,000 barrels of oil. A barrel of oil has 42 gallons, all right, of oil, well, petroleum product, all right? So it's plus minus 10%. In other words, we may get it a little bit wrong, all right? So we might give you over by 10% or under by 20%, 10%. So you could end up losing $32,000 barrels in this transaction. I don't know why it has to be 10%, but that's what it is. All right, delivery. All right, CIF. Um, so delivered to one safe port, berth at buyer designated discharge port, Freeport, Grand Bahama. Oh, they're sending it to Freeport, Grand Bahama, and they're going to start at Baco. That's made arrival during the period of, you can see the date there, August 6, 2019. Buyer's approval terminal. All right. Subject to seller's approval and applicable. And you have all this stuff here. All right. And I'm going to skip down to the good stuff. All right. Provisional price. August diesel 62, 10 ppm. ULS, Colonial Pipeline. Cycle 1 mean, etc., etc. I won't read all this. You can see it. Differential price. 50 cents per gallon delivered price. That is the price delivered. So there's no extra expenses. That is the price delivered directly to them. That's it. Delivered to them. So you won't say, oh, they had to go get a boat, they had to get a ship, etc. No, no, no. That was delivered to them. All right? Delivered directly to them. Where? Freeport, etc., etc. All right? And so this is CIF and not FOB. FOB means freight on board. That means they carry it to a ship to you. This is saying that they're delivering it straight to you. All right? 50 cents per gallon. Keep that number in mind. We're going to go through this. All right? Pricing period from that period to that period. All right? So that's really what it is. All right? And also, you see here again, price, whatever, 50 cents per gallon. Okay? 50 cents per gallon. 3-day time of delivery. All right? Vessel unload. And so this is a long document. I won't go through the whole thing with you, but I just want you to see the important part of that. Credit repayment payment is due in full upon buyer's receipt of seller's invoice And notwithstanding anything to the contrary in this agreement, Title II and risk of loss of the product shall not transfer to buyer, nor shall seller be obligated to discharge the vessel until such time as a payment has been received by the seller. So, in other words, they got to pay up front. All right? They got to pay up front. That's it. All right? And so that's where we are with that. So 50 cents per gallon. So let's do some maths on this. And then we go deeper with some things of the shock here. All right? Let's do some math on this. So 50 cents per gallon. Let me stop sharing so you could see me. 50 cents per gallon. What exactly does that mean? How does that calculate out? What does that mean? All right. Let me start from here. A barrel of oil. We're talking about gallons, right? But there's 320,000 barrels of oil that they bought, and so it's important for you to know what you can do with a barrel. How much is a barrel? That's important for you to know. What's a barrel of oil, and how much electricity can you get from a barrel of oil? That's interesting to note. How much electricity can you get from a barrel of oil? All right. And so what I'm going to do, we're going to go to Statista, because Statista actually work all of this stuff out. They always have good information on there. So whenever you're doing research, you can always refer to them and get good information. I'm teaching you how to think for yourselves. We don't want sheep in the New Bahamas. We want a nation of lions. All right. So here we go. Let me share the window again. I want you to see this. This is from Statista. They always keep good statistics. We don't keep statistics in the Bahamas. So here, how much electricity is generated from a unit of coal, natural gas, and oil in the U.S., all right? And so 1 barrel of residual fuel oil generates 578 that's kilowatt hours. So you can get 578 kilowatt hours from 1 barrel of oil. All right, 578 kilowatt hours from 1 barrel of oil. I want to break this down for you, and then you're going to see what they paying and what you paying, and you can see how we're being absolutely robbed. Some of you may be heartbroken. All right, so that's 578 kilowatt hours from a barrel of oil. There are 72 gallons in a barrel. Why are we breaking it down to gallons? Because they are paying 50 cents a gallon delivered to them. 50 cents a gallon delivered to them. Stay with me. All right. Now, that means that they are paying 21 cents a barrel. $21 a barrel. Because it's 42 gallons in the barrel. They're paying 50 cents a gallon. So it's $21 a barrel. All right? You with me? $21. So that means that $21 can give them 578 kilowatts of power. 578 kilowatts. Remember, they charge you by the kilowatts. So now we have to break that down. So now you break it down to $21 for the barrel divided by 578. 578. So the barrel is $21, and it gives them 578 kilowatt hours. And so you divide the 21 by the 578, and that tells you what they are paying per kilowatt hour for the oil. How much are they paying? 3.6 cents. they are paying 3.6 cents. That's what they're paying for for a kilowatt hour. 3.6 cents. So if they are paying 3.6 cents, you might as well say 3 cents because there's no such thing as 0.6. And I don't think they raise it up. If they're paying 3 cents per per kilowatt hour, why are they charging us? They're now going to 14 point something cents for the fuel surcharge. They told us that the fuel surcharge was the cost that they're paying for the fuel. It is what they are paying for the fuel. But if you are paying 3 cents or 3.6 cents, I'll leave you with that. Like I say 3, you know what I mean. Why were you charging us all this money? Why are you now going to be charging us 14 plus cents? You said you didn't make profit off that. Why are you charging us all this money? Someone was making all that profit and raping us. You see why they never give you details, Bahamas? You see why they'll always say, oh, we're working out something with a company. We can't tell you who the company is. They will never give you the information. And this is why they would never give you Freedom of Information Act. They keep playing you. Because then you would be able to request the documents and say, let us see the documents. Let us see the deal that you made. How do you get from 4 cents to 14 point whatever cents? And for businesses, it's going to raise to up to 27 cents. How do you get from 4 cents to 27 cents? You can't make that kind of profit selling cocaine. You can't make that kind of profit selling diamonds and gold off of something that's supposed to carry zero profit. That's the fuel surcharge, remember? That's just the fuel surcharge that they were not supposed to make any profit off. They are raping and robbing this country while we are sitting idly by and letting focal F&Ms and PLPs make billions of dollars from us. And when they say it, they'll say, oh, we're raising it by 4 cents or by 2 cents, so it doesn't sound so bad. But when you calculate at the end of the day, you're talking billions of dollars at the end of the day. They are raping and robbing us. There's more. I even got documents from within BEC. From within BEC, you're going to see in a minute. They went in House of Assembly and lied today. They've been lying to us. If you ain't shared this yet, you need to share this. And so if it's only 4 cents, 3.6 cents, why are we paying all this? What's really going on? Remember I showed you last time that they made this big loan, these big investments, and now they got to pay it back. And they're paying it back by raising the fuel surcharge because that's how they make their money. And they're raping BEC blind. BEC's entire budget cost, is $10 million per month. $10 million per month. That's what they say their cost is. I think it's about $10 million. That's their cost for administration. It's their full cost is $40 million. They said 30 million of it was fuel when they gave the information, and 10 million was their actual all of the other costs, administrative, paying for their billion staff and everything per month, right? They have 100,000 customers. 100,000 customers. So that's the big customers paying thousands of dollars per month. The big companies paying thousands, some of them 10,000, 15,000 a month, some of them 20, 30,000, some even more. And that's down to the little poor person who paying $50, $80, $100, whatever they're paying. So this the full amount, all right? I want you to understand, goes to this 100,000 people. That's all of them, all right? And so to cover that $10 million, that's $100 a person because it's 10 million divided by 100,000. So that's the average cost per person. So their cost is nothing because in that $100 median average, some of the cost per person per month might be $10. Their cost to supply each person, administrative cost, might be $5, might be $20. They're raping and robbing us. I hope you're getting what I'm saying. Let's keep going because there's a lot more to cover. Bahamians, we gotta wake up. We gotta wake up fast because we're in trouble and a lot of us don't know it. So we're depending on you to spread the word. All right, we're depending on you to spread the word. And so that document you saw showed the real numbers. It showed you that we're being raped and robbed if you really break it down. They'll never break it down for you to show you what the real cost is. You have to do it for yourself until we get Freedom of Information Act, which won't happen until we get rid of the PLP and F&M. But they've been keeping this all to themselves. There were several companies who made offers to BEC, to BPL, BEC at the time, sometimes BPL. They made offers to them to pay off all of their debt, change all the power lines, give them clean energy burning, go solar, and then for some gradually, but give them clean energy burning, cut down their fuel costs. But BEC refused them every time. I have one of the documents here from some of these people. It's an interesting document to see what these people were willing to do. They were willing to pay for everything. All right? So let me share the screen again and show you something. I'm going to show you the mindset of these people. I'm going to show you something. Okay. Buckle your seatbelts, get ready. We got documents tonight. We got some documents for you to see. All right, here is a document where a company, Power Consultants Inc., they wrote to the Honorable, Dishonorable Mr. Desmond Bannister, Minister of Works, Government of the Bahamas. This was July 30th, 2019. See how all of this was happening around the same time? All of this was happening around the same time. All right, stay with me. We're getting somewhere. So you can see that document was 2019. This document is 2019. All right, all these documents are very similar. All right. So this is when they was really having a lot of problems with BPL. And BPL was actually talking to people to see if undercover, they could get certain things done. But here, they say letter of interest to provide solution to the current problems with the generation power reliability in the Bahamas. That's the preamble. They talk about, they gave facts. They could give more they give more information about our country than our company gives to us. About how much money BPL makes and how much they're charging for, between 10.95 cents and 14.9 cents per kilowatt hour. All right. Plus a fuel charge, variable fuel charge. They giving all the information. All right. And they're talking about the fuel charge from as low as just under 12 cents to high of 15.5 cents. So they're giving all the information. And somehow these foreigners, get this information, but we can't ever get it. All right. And they're talking about in dire straits and major debt of up to 650 million. Remember that? In March, people signed a generation agreement with Wärtsilä. All right. I'll get to that in a minute. There have been no improvements in reliability and electricity since then. All right. And so they gave an introduction to the company, etc. And they said we work. So they're saying that they're going to solve the problems, etc., and they're going to fix this crisis. And they said we work with an international funding consortium. We can provide the serious financial aid needed as well as capital for new developments. We believe we will have to take capital investment development, which we believe will have to take place to satisfy current, future power needs in a more reliable, cost-effective manner. This will facilitate removing the debt burden to purchase utility, as well as acquiring a capital to replace, refurbish, and supplement very old equipment with new, more efficient electric generation equipment. All right? And so they were offering everything. All right? If you want to sell, we'll buy. If not, we can give you the money you need, bring in the equipment you need, change all those lines, do all this kind of stuff. We can do all this and get it done. All right? And so they made it clear to them what they want to do. They broke it down and they made it clear. In summary, our expectations are a new operating system will have to be provided, developing new jobs, et cetera, total overall emissions reduction, advanced technology, dependency on oil, all this kind of stuff. And they're saying that they're willing to put up, said, we will provide the necessary financing and funding for this whole program. And that's their signature there. All right. And so this is one of the documents. And so the government responded to them 2 months later. About 2 months later, the government responded to them. All right. And here is their response. So this is what they put in writing, but they have a separate conversation when they put a general thing in writing. All right. So they responded to them on the 15th of August. All right. They said, proposed solution to the current problems to the general power reliability in Bahamas. I write to acknowledge your letter dated the 30th of July, 2019. With respect to the above caption, kindly note that the contents of the letter have been duly noted, and we will forward on to the relevant department for further review and consideration. And see his sign, see whose signature is, Thomas Desmond Bannister, MP, Minister of Public Works. And actually what the conversation was, because it was like, why are you not getting back to us? Why are you ducking us? What's going on? And so the information that these guys were given from the government was, listen, they are finding a way to, instead of selling the company, they're just going to sell the generation, which means that's where the money is. So the government is going to sell this basically to insiders, basically, and we have no need to do anything because these insiders are going to invest in generators. The money's going to be made from generation. And so that's how they're going to sell BEC. Because they can't sell it the way they sold BTC. They realized that that's going to look bad. So what they did was now They're selling the generation, which is where the money is. You don't have to own the company. So now Sun Oil, etc., was allowed to put engines in there, and the government is buying from them. And now it appears that the government is going to push out Wärtsilä, because you heard them saying certain things in House of Assembly, especially about Wärtsilä. The government is going to push out Wärtsilä, who is their selling generation to the government, and allow Sun Oil to take over. That is what the plan is, the immediate near-term plan, to increase the generation of Sun Oil, and that way, all of the generation made, the money made from it is going to go to the PLP and FNM, Sun Oil. That's where they're headed. And y'all got robbed. Remember when the PLP was in the previous time, they were trying to sell BEC to Blue Water, a company owned by them behind the scenes. Owned by them. And they're trying to sell it to themselves, but they sold it on credit, and then Ingram came in and took it back. They were trying to sell it to themselves. Now they realize, hold on, we don't have to do that. The money is in the generation, and so we could just sell that to the government. And there's nothing you can do. So what happens now is they use our facility, our land that belongs to us, and put some generators in there, and they're making the money from it. The oil, the government still have to buy. So they selling the generation to the government, but the government still got to buy the fuel. That's like you going in a taxi, and you are paying the taxi to carry you somewhere, and then you have to pay for the fuel too. That's what's happening to us as a people by paying for the first fuel surcharge, which is ridiculous in the first place. We shouldn't even allow that. But it's also happening to the government now, because Sun Oil and them will generate the electricity. All they did was put generators there. The generators are working. Sun Oil making money in their sleep. Plus the government have to pay for the oil that goes in there. And guess who they buying the oil from? Sun Oil. The government paying Sun Oil to generate electricity, and then also paying them for the oil they put in the generator to generate the electricity. And Sun Oil making free money, while they're raising electricity costs on you. Any other country, they would have been in the streets and they would have tore this place apart. But Bahamians will just pay and say nothing, because that's their PLP or that's their FNM. That's what they do. That's what they do. And so the people wrote back to the government again, and they responded to them, and they were like, listen, man, there's so much we can do, and we can do all this stuff. I won't even show all of this, but they responded to them. Thank you for your letter. We believe you have the experience and financial resources to provide the public utility with a staged, complete renewal of equipment. All the equipment renewed, improve maintenance and operation. They will gradually eliminate all of the major supply and distribution problems currently being experienced across the islands, notwithstanding the obvious referment of catastrophic damage in the Northern Islands. Talking about from Dorian, they were going to replace everything, fix everything. We will offer using a multitude of fuels, new reliable equipment, and even listen, we could do everything with you. We got this covered. But the government didn't do it because the PLP and FNM are one. And they decided that they can make money. They can make their own money. All right? And so there's more documents from them. Why isn't this one coming up? Come on. You can do it. That one's blocked. Okay, don't worry about it. We'll keep going. All right, so there's more and more documents. And so Um, so the government refused because they had their own plans, their own little thing that they are doing. And so let me just give you an idea of Focal, all right? We'll show you the shareholders and all that later, right? We'll do that in the future. I just wanted to pull this up for you to see. Focal Holdings Limited, regular local company, and their agent is Depuch and Turnquest. That sound PLP to you? Depuch and Turnquest. That's the agent. Does that sound PLP to you? No, right? And so the agent's address is East Bay Street, et cetera, et cetera. All right. And so authorized capital amount 5,000. So this is all the information on them here. All right. Last year the license was 2022. And so as you can see, these are F&Ms and PLPs working together, man. See, this is all information here. The annual fees for regular companies. The annual fees was Jesus. $350. My Lord. Annual fee for payment company $350. What? Pay annual fees $350. This 2007. This 2017 now. My Lord. Pay annual fees. It's 2018. $350. Wow. It's normally supposed to pay by December. They paying late, it looks like. This one paid after, yeah, all I'm paying late. All right. Annual fee again. It's 2019, $350. Wow. Well, they living a life. That's some profits. All right. That's all the stuff they paid. This F&M PLP company, Turnquest, Depuch, and whoever else. Sun Oil. Here's Sun Oil. Oh, wow. What is this one? Sun Oil Limited. Who was the first one? Let's see what we got here. Oh, this is Focal. This is Focal. And the other one is Sun Oil. All right, the Sun Oil here. Sun Oil Limited. So again, Sun Oil, the agent is Depuch and Turnquest. Wow. Total authorized capital, 3,000. What? Normally the minimum is 5,000. How is this 3,000? So we got to look into that. And so you can see based on this, we got model release later, but we can spoon feed it. We can wait for responses first and then we can drop some stuff. All right. But see, yeah, Sun Oil Limited, you know them as PLP, but all of them work together. Do you see? So don't mind Zhivago lying and them trying to deceive you about this, PLP and this, because they always put Frankie to be the face of it. See, Frankie was the one who was to do business on behalf of these mafia families, and I don't mean literal mafia. I mean the political type mafia situation. He was the one to be the face because he was never going to run in politics after the first run, but he was going to be the one to be the face. And so while you thinking it's just PLP, it's PLP and FM. They working together, raping and robbing you straight through and leaving you with nothing. And so as you can see, they did business with that company. I saw a little video of what they did, et cetera, et cetera. But now I'm trying to rush through this. They're talking about Whatsilla because now this government is trying to push Whatsilla out so they could get Frankie Wilson them in. All right. And they're talking about Whatsilla and they're saying that Whatsilla, is they're trying to blame Whatsilla. And I don't agree with them on that. All they're doing is trying to get Frankie Wilson them in. They're saying Whatsilla is burning, the wrong fuel, etc. They're saying Whatsilla is burning LFO fuel, which is a light fuel oil, but that's not true. Wärtsilä is burning high fuel oil, HFO, which is bunker C, which is bad. But the government provides the fuel to Wärtsilä and tells them what to burn. They would start the engines, just to start them, with the light fuel, the diesel, etc. And then they would run bunker C. The government is buying bunker C because it's cheaper. But of course, it's toxic and dangerous and deadly. And if you do any research in it, you will see that it is an extreme deadly product. A few years ago, when they tried to build this facility in Abaco, some Abaconians did a little piece on it. I'll show you a little piece of it because they were saying we got to save Abaco. So let me let you see this.
The Bahamas government recently gave the Bahamas Electricity Corporation, BEC, permission to build a new power plant at Wilson City on Abaco. Our electricity bills will still be high, but BEC is promising more consistent power, more electricity so Abaco can grow. Sounds great, but that's not the whole story. The plant will burn bunker C, a fuel substance so toxic that people need to wear gloves just to touch it. The emissions from these kinds of power plants are so poisonous that most countries can't burn it and still meet their own clean air laws. The Bahamas has yet to pass any clean air laws. The emissions cause a huge number of health and environmental problems. Cancer, heart and lung disease, and acid rain. Acid rain will be bad for the oceans and the marine life. It will corrode people's possessions and equipment. Spring City, for example, is only a few miles away, and because of the prevailing winds, there will be plenty of acid rain dumped on them. And the Keys won't be able to rely on their cisterns anymore, because acid rain will poison their water collection. But this won't just affect cistern water. The plant is sitting right on top of one of Abaco's freshwater supplies.
So I'm going to leave that there for now. I just want you to see how dangerous and toxic it is. And this is the fuel that the government is buying and using. I'm going to show you documentation to show you what's happening right now. So despite what they said in the House of Assembly about, light fuel being used, etc., no, bunker C, all right, high fuel is being used, all right, the dangerous, deadly one. That's what they're exposing Bahamians to. How are they exposing it to them? Watch this one. This is a report. It's 2019. Again, while all this was going on, see, this 2019 keeps coming up.
Bahamas Power and Light Company confirming an oil spill in the area of the Blue Hills Power Station. Officials in a press release issued late today said the spill occurred after a contractor working in the area ruptured the fuel line which runs from Blue Hills Power Station to Clifton Pier. The line was shut down subsequent to the spill. At this point, investigations are unable to say how much oil has been spilled, but once that's known, BPL says it will update the public. BPL says it received information from its security at its Blue Hills plant that a trucking and excavation contractor had come to the security booth and reported that while excavating a property on Carmichael, just west of Carmichael Primary School, his equipment came into contact with the BPL fuel line, which resulted in the spill. A report was made at the Carmichael Road Police Station. BPL investigations into the matter continue.
And so that happened. And it destroyed our table. And they said they're going to have to pay about $6 million to get it fixed, et cetera, et cetera. All of this stuff that went on from there. And so they're destroying with bunker C. And so I wanted to show you, despite the lies they said in the House of Assembly recently, what was really going on there. All right? And this is one of the reasons the cancer rate is so high, and they are saying nothing about the cancer rate. The amount of Bahamians getting cancer, breast cancer, and all these different cancers is mind blowing. But you don't know what's happening because they don't cover it. Imagine if they didn't cover the murders in the news, you would never know about it. No one is covering the cancer because they're killing you. Because one, they could afford treatment if it happens. And two, they don't have to live where all this stuff is going on. You're going to be the one suffering. You're going to be the one suffering. So I want to show you a couple things. So in the House of Assembly, they were talking all this nonsense about, was being burnt, etc. This is actually what is really going on. All right. This is a picture from BC's computer. It's showing the output. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is Watsilla's generators. All right, this is the ones that are there for Watsilla. So here you can see it's 65.5 megawatts. That's being generated in total, I guess. But here are the machines. 2 of the machines are currently off. 2 of the machines are currently off. That's the 2 in blue. So the 2 you see in blue right there, those machines are off. All right. And the other ones are on. So here, if you look closely, right on the left-hand side, you can see it says HFO. All right, high fuel oil, right? HFO is being burnt. Yeah, that's green. The first one, HFO, and it's showing how much is being used. All right, the electrical system, and the total megawatts is being burnt on the right. All right, and the second one, you can see that's LFO, but that's off. You can see 0 is being used. All right, and it's showing you how much kilograms per hour is being used here. So 0 is being used in the second one, the blue one. So the next one is, again, that's on, that's green. That's HFO. All right? And it shows you how much is being used there, 3,090 kilograms an hour. All right? LFO is the next one in blue, 0. So all of the other 3, you can see that's HFO. All right? And so you can see how much kilowatts is being generated in the second column, the electrical system. All right? And so if you look carefully, you can see all of this that I'm saying to you. All right? So we're coming with facts. So them saying that Watsilla is burning LFO, diesel, whatever. They're saying that Watsilla is using diesel, which is more expensive, and they were blaming Watsilla because they were using expensive diesel, and they're trying to use it as an excuse to get rid of it. Watsilla takes instructions. Let me make this clear to you. Watsilla takes instructions from the government on what fuel to burn and how much energy to send to them. They take instructions daily, constantly during the day. We need 10 megawatts, send it. And they send them 10 megawatts. Burn this fuel. And they burn that fuel. It comes from the government. And the people talking, what's his name? Alfred says has never gone there. He's never been there physically. He doesn't know what's going on there. The people they have talking have never been there. They've never gone there to check anything. But now they're doing this little campaign because the FNM and PLP want to push Watsilla out and get it in the hands of the FNM and PLP. That's what's happening. All right. And so, and so, let me show you some more. Let me show you some more. And so, this right here, I hope you can see it well. This is showing the generations. All right. So as you can see on the top, the first one, this is on the this is an Agreco. Remember Agreco? There's Agreco, is Watsilla plant, is the Agreco plant, the Blue Hill plant, the Clifton plant. All right. So the Agreco plant has Sun Oil is there, and their installed capacity is 27 megawatts. 27. And they're pushing out 25 from that right now. All right. Sun Oil also has another generator with a capacity of 16 megawatts, and it is pushing out 16 megawatts right now. In the Greco, you see their capacity 20, they're pushing out 16, 20, they're pushing out 23. I don't know how they're doing that. But you can see what they're pushing out at Blue Hills. And this document is about 2 months old. So a lot of this at Blue Hills is gone down now. All right, and you can see what Watsilla is pushing out, and two of those are down now. All right, and then you can see what's happening at Clifton. All right, so these are the documents. So you can see Sun Oil is making money from us now. And this is why y'all ain't going solar right now. But Sun Oil is going to be allowed to invest in the solar to sell you solar. Get it? They're going to be allowed to invest in the solar plant. So they're going to sell you and make loan profit. That's what the plan is. That's what the plan is. So, this is the plant. Let me show it to you. This is the generators. There's some big generators, but these are the generators. This is Watsilla generators in the plant, making money. Sun Oil has the same thing. They have generators, just making free money. This is why you are being raped and robbed. This is why. This is what it's all about. And if y'all don't wake up, it's going to be too late. Bahamians, we in trouble. We in some serious trouble. And I'm admonishing you, Bahamas, to wake up and stand up. Because we can't take this. You know, I did some research on the company they was buying from the Burberry oil and all that. I'm going to leave that for another time. I researched them, and I saw some more stuff. I saw who the owners was, got pictures of the owners, got their background, saw some legal issues that Burberry had, etc. I'm going to leave that for another time. But I wanted you to see from inside. But you see now, let me pull this up and let you see this. You see now, they are trying to say that BEC is on the brink of disaster. Because they're trying to justify now how they're going to rape this thing from the Bahamian people and give it to the F&M and PLP. Stop thinking, because Frankie there, that this is just PLP. See here? Says BPL is on the precipice of financial fallout. See, we're going to have all this talk now. It's October 6th. It's today. With Bahamas Power and Light on the precipice of financial fallout, there was no room to defer increasing the fuel surcharge, resulting in higher electricity bills for consumers. Public Works Minister, etc., etc. People are lying to you. According to the minister, a glimpse of the power provider's dire financial straits could best be seen in the millions it owes to the shell company. As a result, he revealed An arrangement reached between the government to provide subsidy to Shell amount of 10 million each month. The payments began Saturday, October 1st, and will continue until June 2023. All right. So these demons, demons I call them, are finding ways to funnel and to benefit, to rape and to rob. The office of the prime minister, another story, defends their fuel hike. I don't even have time to read all this nonsense. You know, even though the same minister that you're now hearing from and the prime minister, remember them? They actually were the ones who said that they will make sure that fuel surcharge don't go up, that electricity bills won't go up. They promised you. Before election, it was supposed to be free. Electricity was going to be free. After election, after election, they said, no worries, Sarah says. The government won't let BPL increase fuel surcharge. This is in July 8, 2022. See it right there? July 8, 2022. He said, don't worry. We got you, Bahamas. You cannot believe anything that comes from Brave Davis, Alfred says, and the entire PLP. Whatever they say, you know that is not going to happen. That's how you know what's the truth. Whatever you hear come out their mouth, you know the truth is the opposite. And you've experienced that so much. I don't understand how we ever believe anything that they have to say. I'm going to open up the phone lines. I want to hear what some of you have to say about this. I'm going to open up the phone lines, and you can call us on WhatsApp or on regular call. 804-4264 is the number. 804-4264 is the number. 804-4264. You can call us. I want to hear what you have to say about this. We're going to have our town hall meeting. It's coming up. I want you to make sure that you're there because we got one country. I think it's time for a clarion call. We got one country. The number is 804-4264. Call us. Let's talk. 804-4264. Don't be scared. Call in. Let me make sure this isn't on Do Not Disturb. Let me make sure this is up. 804-4264. Let's go. Let's go. You see the demonic actions of these people. You see it with your own eyes. So the question is, where do we go from here? These people are demonic. They're raping and robbing this country and then giving you the scraps. So they could brag. They could come and give you $50 in a t-shirt. Because they made you pay for it. Every time you pay your light bill, that's that $50. They raping and robbing. There's no reason for us to pay a fuel surcharge. With the price of oil, which has gone down, with the price of oil and the cost of only $10 million a month that they have, we should have low electricity costs. How could BEC be bankrupt? How could BPL be bankrupt if they have a monopoly on a product that all of us use? It is impossible. It is humanly impossible for them to be bankrupt, having a monopoly on a product that everyone needs. They keep buying these generators. That's what they were doing over the years. That's how they were making money. They were buying these generators, and you had to buy parts for them. That's the truth of what's going on. Don't let them tell you no nonsense about the state of the price of fuel. The price of fuel has gone down dramatically. I showed you in my last live. Since March has dramatically gone down from $120 a barrel to $85 a barrel. It has dropped drastically. What is these lying politicians talking about?
Hello?
All right, what are they talking about? Okay, so no one called in, so I'm gonna go to my other guest now. I'm gonna go to my guest, and I'll go back to BPL when I finish with her. I didn't even wanna, I wanted to give him more time, but there's so much payments going through so much, and I get so much calls during the day, and I wish I had more than 24 hours in the day. Some people feel like, they're not getting to me. That's how much people are calling me about their different situations. And we're fighting for people every single day. You can't even imagine how our days go. So if you call me and you didn't get me, you're not the only person calling me. There are tens of thousands of people reaching out. Because Bahamians are hurting and Bahamians are suffering, and we're going through so much in this country. I'm going to let you hear this lady's story. Her name is Anishka Mizek. Her name is Anishka Mizek. I'm going to welcome her to the show now.
Thank you, Lincoln.
Anishka, welcome. How are you?
I am messed up a little, I'll be honest with you. Not too much of a good day, but I still give thanks and praise because things been keeping me, and the thing about it is people
I think you're having some internet issues because you're going in and out. We can't hear you.
You hear me now?
No, we can't hear you. You're going in and out.
Okay.
Okay, she's gonna go out and then she's gonna come back in. She's gonna go out and then she's gonna come back in. Okay, she's back. Let me see if this works. Anishka, you're live.
Did you hear me now?
Oh, we're still having a breaking up problem.
Let me try. I apologize for this. Let me try to go on a different machine. And so you carry on. If you could, let me try to get on.
Yeah, you're breaking up. All right, let's try another one.
Yes.
All right. So while we're waiting for her, I'm gonna continue. Listen, you saw what you saw. I had even more documents. Remember, I showed you a whole big huge suitcase of files from BPL, all the money they were spending, the checks, everything. Remember, we have so much that I gotta put that out piece. That place is pure corruption. And when I say pure, I mean pure corruption. I see she's Anishka trying to get back in. I don't see a camera on yet, so I'll wait till the camera is on. All right. All right, so let's see if we can get her on. Can I have another one of these, please? So, all right, I see her back on. Hopefully, we got the sound in. Look. Oh my God, no, you're still breaking up.
Sorry. Let me come again.
All right, we'll try one more time. Otherwise, we'll have to reschedule you. Yeah, we can't hear you at all.
That's something you think reschedule. So you want able to just continue your phone.
All right, let's schedule. Right, let's reschedule, and we'll come in before time. Make sure your internet is good, and then we'll do it. All right, so we'll reschedule. I'll bring you on later. All right, thank you.
Yeah.
All right, so that was Anishka Mizek, and some of you have started to hear her story, but I always got the story behind the story, and I can always tell you what's really going on. I always get the documents and the facts, etc. We're gonna get her on, and I think you know how we do this. And so we're gonna let you know exactly what's going on. Someone says tell her to get an iPhone. No. iPhone is behind. You gotta catch up now. You gotta keep up now. Uh, iPhone is the olden days. Samsung or nothing. All right, Samsung or nothing. But ladies and gentlemen, you saw the documents from BPL. It is mind blowing. It's shocking. You got to share this. And I know it took an hour to do it, and sometimes you want some little clips or whatever. You all clip it and send it out to your family and friends. But there's no reason for it to be where it is. There's no reason for that to happen. There's no reason for us to be for the fuel surcharge to have to increase. Tell them to release the documents. Tell us how much they paying. Tell them before we'll tolerate that. Tell them to release the contract. Bahamians, we can't put up with this. Now, on Sunday, I'm going to release the document that's going to save our country from invasion. Because another reason our electricity cost is going up is because we're being invaded. All right, we got a caller. Let's let this caller in. Good afternoon, you're live. Yes, you're live.
Yeah, I'm not live, but I'm looking at Lincoln now.
Turn down your device and listen just to your phone.
Okay, listen. About that 50 cents, right? I knew about that from a couple of months ago. I was supposed to call you directly on that. But also, you know what you forget to tell the Obama's?
What's that?
That they are using a third party to charge us $4 per gallon. Okay? They're using a third party to charge us $4 per gallon. That's how they are really raping us.
Yeah.
They could get it for 50. They could get it for 50 cents a gallon.
Yes, they can.
But they are using a third party to get the charge us $4 a gallon.
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah.
But not only that. All right, thank you. You can hang up and you can listen to what I'm about to say.
Yeah, okay. One more thing. I have something to talk to you about.
Yes.
This is very serious. This is about the immigration. I can tell you something what they don't know about.
Right.
This is going to be between me and you. So we can get together. I'll just finish listening to you go on.
Okay.
All
right. Thank you. Thank you for your call. Listen, he's talking about this company, and he's talking about them buying from this third party company. All right, but that isn't the biggest problem. The biggest problem here is that this third party company, if you go to their website, you're going to realize that the party, not only is the government using the PLP and F&M's company to purchase that Sun Oil, Focal, whichever one they use at the time, all right, because these are interchangeable. Not only are they using a third party to buy the fuel, the company they buy it from for 50 cents, that company is buying it from other suppliers. That company goes out. So the dairy berry, oil and gas, they find out what you need and they go out there and get it for you. Let me take you there. Let me take you there. I know we try not to deal with everything in one day because I didn't want it. Don't ever want these to be too long and cover too much stuff. All right. Someone asked if Anisha can call in so we can hear her story. No, we're gonna do another live. We need just her to deal with just her. I want to do this just for an hour. We had technical difficulties and it came on late, and I don't want to mix. I don't want to shortchange her. All right. So we're gonna get to that because I have documents for that too. All right, but we're gonna get there. So let me show you this company. All right. Like I told you, I already did a lot of research. I've already checked the whole company out, and it's a lot. It's a lot. All right. Let me just put it that way. But look at this. So this is the company. This is dairyberry.com. Everybody gas tries to be a leader and this is not a big company. I don't want you to think this is a big company at all. This is a very this is a small company, and they're not one of the big suppliers. They actually was put on the map when I think it was Hurricane Maria hit Puerto Rico, and another company hired this company to FEMA, or that's what they call, yeah, FEMA hired another company to get 5 million barrels of oil to Puerto Rico because they were out of oil, and then that company gave the project to this smaller company, and they were supposed to give them a percentage, $5 a barrel. But then this company, they said, didn't give them the money. They got swung, is what they're saying, and so they put this company, Derryberry Oil, in court. But at the time, they were a small company, and they were shocked that they got the call to even do it. In fact, I could let me see if I can show you that. Let me see if I have that lined up for you. Right there. All right, let me just play this for you. So you get a kind of full scope.
Gas company, they're doing their part to help victims in Puerto Rico. Derryberry Oil and Gas, they're supplying diesel fuel to the island devastated by Hurricane Maria. 7 News reporter Katie Salt with that story.
When Bill Derryberry saw the pictures and videos coming out of Puerto Rico, he knew he had to do something to help.
It's still, unfortunately, a war zone almost.
Derryberry Oil and Gas is federally contracted through FEMA. So when they were contacted to help, Derryberry says they jumped at the chance.
Anytime you see a chance to help somebody, I mean, we would love to do it. We would love to have that help if it hit us.
So his team loaded up a barge with 5 million gallons of fuel to take to Puerto Rico to keep the generators running.
Their power grid obviously wasn't very strong to begin with, but those hospitals need fuel and all sorts of things. I know that some of this diesel is going to the power grid as well. And it's also just helping the power trucks and the cleanup trucks get the roads clean.
Derryberry says the barge has been in Puerto Rico since Monday, and crews are working around the clock to make sure the diesel gets distributed. He also says usually this type of job is given to the big name companies, so he's glad the upstate is able to give back in such a big way.
We took pride in getting fuel to a country that we've never taken fuel to before. It was a moment in time where our team had to make a decision. Do we help? Do we go out on a limb on something we've never done before?
An easy decision, helping after one of the worst hurricanes the country has seen. Derryberry says crews will stay in Puerto Rico until the power grid is back up and running, and hopefully the fuel they have will continue to help those in need. In Spartanburg, Katie Solt, 7 News.
All right, so yeah, so basically that's you heard him saying that they're a small company. They were shocked they even got it. Another company that got it and it went to them. The news never covers everything, so I won't go into showing you all of that. But let me go back to showing you this particular company. Let me go back to showing you this. Someone said we can't see. Oh my God, I'm sorry. Why couldn't you see? Oh, I'm so sorry. I can't play it again. All right, but I hope you could hear it. I hope you're able to hear it, at least. But anyway, basically what he was saying was that they're a small company, and they were able to. So that was just a little research on them, and I pulled up, the issue with that. I just want you to see, that this is a company that basically this is a company that buys from the bigger companies, and they wholesale out. So I said all that to say the government, instead of buying themselves, because I hear some people saying the government could have bought for the 50 cents. No, the government could have bought cheaper than 50 cents. The government is paying themselves, meaning the PLP and F&M, their company, Focal, Sun Oil, etc. All right? And that company is buying from a middleman who is buying from other companies. So the other company might be Shell. It might be whoever else, but they're going through a whole cycle and circle, and they're trying to deceive you. Tell them to just shut up and show the documents. Don't say, we ain't doing this, we ain't doing that, whatever. Show the documents. See here? This is them. And so they deal with wholesale distribution of petroleum products by providing on demand products, solutions, and delivery to our clients while maintaining. So they're like Asa H. Pritchard, they'll be in us. They're the wholesale distributor, and then they buy from the others. Go to their website, read it, and you can see exactly what I'm saying. Dairy oil will help guide you through the many complex options of purchasing fuel, helping you to find a procurement strategy that lets you focus on making money. You see? So um, in other words, they are buying. They have their own inventory and they buy from other persons to get you what you need. Durberry Oil prides itself on being able to meet any and all of your customer demands based on our extensive supplier network. As well as our own inventory, we are able to provide our customers with the following types of products, and it names all these different oil products. So they are working through networks, and they have export products. So if you want to buy from them, you go through Mexico, Honduras, and like if you're international, etc. All right, and then it has their whole team that's there. So the man you saw, well, you didn't get to see it in that video, was Bill. That's the son. Um, C.W. Charles. Charles is the dad. All right, and so it's really a family business. And so Bahamas. I don't know how long Bahamians are going to allow this stuff to continue, but I'm ready to stand up. I can't take this no more. I don't know about you. I don't know about you, but I can't take this no more. We are being invaded daily. We are being invaded. The government is pretending that nothing is happening while they make money under the table. They destroyed our agriculture industry. They destroyed agriculture in this country. Destroyed it because the oligarchs are making money importing. They destroyed electricity generation in this country because the oligarchs, and that means FNM and PLP, were making money importing oil. The big money isn't even in importing. The big money is in the transportation of the oil and the storage of the oil. That's the big money. And the sale. They're making money in several ways. Let's go back to the phone lines. Good afternoon, you're live.
Good night, Lincoln. How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm okay. You know, things that most of the people in Bahamas don't know is the two places in the Bahamas that pays their employees the most money is National Insurance and BEC. Why? Because the monies that BEC go over to people with, they can afford to pay their retirees all that money that they pay them when they retire. So is National Insurance. A lot of people payments being deducted because they think that the older people are illiterate. If you keep track of your payments, then National Insurance contributions, all the places that you work, you get your printouts every now and then. You go and ask for your printout. So when you retire, you know all the places that you work. Check them out and see if they're paying you. That's why they can afford to steal so much money because the money are so free to them.
You are right.
Yes, that's the two places that can afford to pay their employees.
Wow.
And that's what happened in this country.
Wow.
They think the older people that born in the 50s and grow up in the 60s are dumb people.
Yeah, they do.
But not all. Not all.
They do.
You see? Yes, that's all I have to say.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Listen, man, when they know that they could do all this stuff, and when election come, they come and give you some of the crumbs from the billions that they made. They take, $2, $3 million, $5 million, and put it on the street. Give them crumbs. Give them crumbs. You see, these governments, especially the PLP, like the other day, they had a breakfast. Nothing wrong with having a breakfast, right? Because I used to have breakfast as I was campaigning. We fed, probably like 1,500 people every time. Nothing wrong with having a breakfast. But you see, it's the imagery that they want. They want you to come begging and groveling to them. They want you to need to come to them for breakfast. They want you to suffer. That is what this government is about. They want you to come begging so you can say, they're nice. Let me keep voting for them. When they are raping you and taking what's yours. All around the society, if you look at how this is made up for them to benefit and you suffer, you paying. They want you to have to come when school is opening begging for a backpack. That's what they want you doing. But I see a new Bahamas. I see a different Bahamas. I can't stomach that Bahamas where Bahamians are begging, where the politicians are raping and sucking everything. And you have to come begging to them for a backpack or some school supplies. No one who has been in government for 35 years should feel good about the people having to come and beg and grovel to them. No one. If I'm in one term, and Bahamians, the majority of Bahamians are begging, I have failed. I have failed. But they want you to beg while they rape and they rob. They destroyed electricity. They destroyed, and again, they're coming back to say that they provided solar. I got all the documents on that too. All right, they're going to turn this over to Sunshine Boys, etc. So that we get the solar, and they're going to brag about, oh, we're saving the environment. The environment is saved because now the Bahamas has gone solar. We're making money from the sun. But no. Sun, oil. You see, the next phase is the sun. The first phase was oil. They're going to give them the contract to generate solar electricity. They're going to partner with a company from overseas. Remember I told you, and then they're going to brag that they're providing solar. Just like they brag about building houses. I saw them talking about they're going to do rent to own. And they're doing rent to own now because a lot of people can't qualify for the mortgages to get these homes that they're building. And so they're going to now do rent to own. And I see people celebrating, how can I get mine? How can I get one? It's good that people are going to be put in homes. Rent to own this is just another way for our homes to make money. This whole scheme about building houses, this has nothing to do with the people. They're going to make billions. The same about you. It shouldn't cost more than $50,000 to build one of those crappy homes that they build. The land is our crown land. It should be free. Just how they're putting their generators on our land, in our power plant, and they're making money from it. See, if they want to sell generation, let them go buy their own land, build their own building, and then sell the power to us. But no, they're making free money. FNM and PLP working together in love. while you all fighting each other and fighting each other down, scandalizing each other, victimizing each other, while they working together in love, and harmony. I know much more of this we could take. I can't take no more of this. But every area you look at, we're suffering because of them. Because they don't do anything that they can't benefit from. They don't do anything that they can't benefit from. That's why we're backwards. If they're not making the money from it and their people, you can forget about it. I don't care how good the idea is, they find a way for their immediate people to benefit. Remember when Minis did the whole thing, the whole thing with the, what do you call it, the visas, the health visas? That wasn't about health. That wasn't about health. That was about him finding a way to make money. When you saw the players in the game, and then they were trying to sell all of our heritage sites, all of the forts. Remember? All of the forts they were trying to sell themselves. Every time they come to power, they try to make money for each other, and then they try to make money for the conglomerates, the F&M, PLP. That's what they do. And you fall for it every time. So I don't know if you plan on falling for that next election. Let me pull up another document for y'all. I want you to see something. I like documents. Let me see if I can find a document quick. If I can't find it quick, I ain't gonna do it. All right? Okay, put it up. Okay. Pull up this document. You need to see this. Pull this down for you. See, y'all think that these people are separate, and you see them, rowing each other, and they row. Listen, man. I work around Ingram House as a police officer. I got a chance to work there for a short period, a brief period, very brief. And it's amazing how these fellas are so in love and they are good friends, and they make you think they're enemies. They make y'all think they fighting each other, that they can't get along. And they'll be in the house kicking up at each other, making all kind of noise, and then they go home and they laugh at what they was talking about in the house. I can show you something right now. I want you to wake up, man. I can show you Focal later, but I can show you this first. Wake up, Bahamas. Wake up. Let me show you something. Our Combs that you all think is PLP, Frankie Wilson, etc., etc. No. That's all of them. This is the original document. This is from our Combs. This is their original document. History of our Combs. Date of incorporation, 15 October 1982. Company minister to provide Bahamian community with quality, affordable housing. Boy, they failed at that. The houses started falling apart. The roofs were falling down and people killed people. And they built in a flooding area. Initial shareholders, Royal Bank of Canada. Wow. See there? Royal Bank of Canada. Original investors. They invested, not just loan. Investment Limited. They invested in this area. Bahamas First General Insurance Company. Bahamas First, that's Frankie Wilson them. Sorry, no, not Frankie Wilson. Brent Simonet them. That's Brent Simonet, Greg Simonet. That's the Simonet family. Bahamas First. Invested. Limited. At the time, beneficially owned by Robert Joyner, then a substantial developer in the United Kingdom, and Eric Crouch, a former managing director, next page, of Markle Pine, at the time a major construction company in the Bahamas. Also, Sunshine Holdings Limited, whose then shareholders were Frankie Wilson, Bradley Roberts, Bismarck Coakley, Green Pines Limited, beneficially owned by Sir Orville Turnquest. See, they own put companies there, so you can't see who's who, but they revealed it. Orville Turnquest family, Caron Strawn, and Dr. Hervis Bain. All right? And so That's the originators. So I showed y'all that to show because y'all keep getting deceived by thinking there's PLP versus FNM because you see Frankie Wilson's face, you think, oh, that's the bad guy, the PLP. No, 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 no. You see what happened with Pinecrest, with Frankie Wilson, them getting the contract, the PPP, to make all that money from that. Did you hear the FNM say a word about that going to our homes? And they talk some nonsense about, oh, they didn't get the proper development permission. They didn't get permission to cut the trees, but they are talking about the Bahamians on the Crown Land. Yeah, we heard you say that. But you didn't make no noise about the fact that it's apparent corruption because immediately the government went to giving our Crown Land, etc., and this big money-making opportunity to our homes. Until they learn now the teeth in your face, because then they're teeth in if they tell you. Did you hear the FNM fight them? People word, they ain't fighting nothing because they're in this together. Now, what I showed you is documents. Now, is the FNM going to fight this race? They may say something just to say they said something, but are they going to fight against this? No. They're going to do nothing because they're in this together. Ladies and gentlemen, on Sunday, 5 p.m., we're having a town hall meeting. We expect all Bahamians to be there. There's so much for us to fight for in this country. There's so much. Go to the phone lines again. We got 7 more minutes. 7 more minutes. Good afternoon, you're live.
Hello?
Hello, you're live.
Yeah, I find it so funny that farming, about farming, to destroy farming. I remember when I was living in Abaco had a lot of oranges. And then one year they just went and say they had to take tankers.
Mm-hmm.
And they rolled over all the orange trees.
Yep.
And after they bulldozed all the orange trees, they piled it up on one side of the town, and everybody was eating oranges and grapefruit to them. And ain't nobody getting no kangaroo or whatever today.
No.
But I just find it so funny that, hey, all of this, that could have created the whole bomb.
Yeah. If we were in government right now, there's a serious disease that the all of the oranges in Florida have. It's a devastating disease, and so it makes their fruits look deformed, and it makes it more bitter. So if you notice now, all of the orange juice is now more bitter than it used to be. I don't know if you noticed that, but they're talking about it in the States, not here. And some of them they're buying oranges from other countries too and mixing it with the Florida oranges. So that they keep, supporting the Florida farmers. But if I were the government, we would have gone heavy into producing oranges because we wouldn't have that disease. And there's a multi-billion-dollar opportunity right now, but our government has no vision. Our government has no vision, and they don't want to promote any kind of farming in this country because if we can feed ourselves, then it's going to take bread out of the mouth of the oligarchs who bring in $2 billion worth of food every single year. That's why they're doing it. So depending on the year, from $1 to $2 billion in food is imported. The government is making a lot of money on the VAT and the customs on that. They're dependent on that money. And so that's why they killed out farmers. Because if you can grow it here, you don't have to import it. And that's where we are. All right?
Interesting topic, Marty. I mean, I don't know why they blame it on America, but everybody was eating oranges and fruits after all of that.
You can't find any Bahamian fruits on the stores around here in Super Value, etc. You can't find any Bahamian fruits. They block that to make sure you don't make any money. All of the packing houses, all of the fruit houses, etc. They destroyed them. They're nothing now. They destroyed it. Ingram destroyed it for the oligarchs. Ingram did that. Ingram.
I just want to put my 5 cents.
Thank you, man. They destroyed farming for the oligarchs because they feel if you can grow your food, you're going to take bread out of their mouth. So they took bread out of your mouth so that you don't take bread out of their mouth. We got to wake up in this country. We got to wake up. So on Sunday, we're going to have, so there's so much for us to talk about. There's so much different areas. When I tell you we are fully researching this, we know exactly. We were ready to govern from day one. From agriculture to crime, to immigration, to healthcare, electricity, waterworks. We were ready to govern from day one. The financial sector. We were ready to govern from day one. These people have no answers. They have no vision, and they are plucking from our vision and trying to implement it, but in a way that you don't benefit. Watch them good. All this talk about carbon credits. Watch them good. They're saying you can't benefit, and I heard Steve McKinney did a show a couple of days ago on the carbon credits. He had a gentleman on there, Mr. Thurston. He did an amazing job. Great job. I should have shared that. Explaining the carbon credits and what's really happening, what the Prime Minister is doing. And so it's what I told you before. He is putting everything into his hands. He is going to be the end all as relates to our carbon credits. He is stealing the carbon credits from the people so he could use it for his power and for his benefit. But the only thing Steve them got wrong was they kept saying that the government was talking about keeping 20 or giving 20% to the people. No, that's not what we're saying. 20% for the government. That ain't for you. You're not going to get anything. There's no plan for them to make us benefit directly. They're saying that that's 20% that they could use. And they're considering if they take some of the money and build a hospital or build a airport or build some roads, they saying that that's for the Bahamian people. That ain't what we want. Sorry. That's what the tax is for. Go take the taxes and build road. Go take the taxes and build hospital. Go take the taxes and build the airport. We want our natural resources money. That's ours. Now, when we didn't get ours, then the surplus, you could do whatever you want. No, whatever you want. But you could do some infrastructure with that. But give us ours. So whenever they say to the Bahamian people, they ain't talking about you benefiting. Don't let them put that psyche in your head. But we can fight and we can take this back, y'all. Sunday, we're having a town hall meeting. We expect everyone to be there. Show me you serious, and then I can be serious. So Sunday, October 9th at 5 p.m. Don't get the dates mixed up. 5 p.m. We're going to be there. It's going to be at X.C. McPherson Junior High School. S.C. McPherson Junior High School on Blue Hill Road. So very accessible to everyone. Plenty parking. We're going to have plenty space. We expect to see all of you there. We're going to present to the persons who are there. We're going to present to you the bill that's going to save our nation. The bill is going to save our immigration and begin the process of putting a halt to this immigration problem. There were some diabolical immigration acts that they passed and you didn't even know. There's some things that ministers passed in the last administration that you didn't even know. And that's why I tell you got to be very afraid of them changing our citizenship laws, because they're going to sneak some other stuff in there. Well, minister them snuck some stuff in there and you didn't even pay attention. And so I'm gonna make you abreast of some things, and we're gonna fix this country. The power is our. If y'all serious, we're gonna set a date, and we're going to deliver that. And the Bahamians stand up, government got to stand down. We're gonna deliver that document and tell them to pass that in our house. But you're gonna see this document on that day. They gotta stand up, fight. Don't stand up and fight. It's gonna be too late. That's gonna be it. It's gonna be it. So, ladies and gentlemen, there is one last call, and then that'll be it. Good afternoon, you're live. Good afternoon, you're live.
Yes, good evening. Okay, good night, Mr. Ben. How you doing?
I am good. How you doing?
Good, good. I really like what you're saying tonight. I really like what you're saying tonight but the only problem is I'm afraid for you. And the reason why I'm afraid for you is because on the 7th of July, 2021, you had a president of a country who had a list of names of oligarchs that he wanted to turn over to the U.S. Embassy. That eventually cost him his life. All right, and the minute I heard it happen, I knew it was the oligarchs who had him taken out, because they no longer run the country from the front; they run the country from the back. And the same thing is happening in the Bahamas. So I don't think they are going to allow you to do everything you say. Even though I'm COI, I want COI to succeed. I want Bahamians to benefit from its natural resources. But I don't think that the oligarchs are going to sit down and play dead. All the Frankie Wilsons and the Simonets, like the Tankers. I don't think they could turn over and play dead, because one little black fella from Brain Town is going to come up and they're going to run them get back in their whole hiding. I don't think they're going to allow that. So the only thing is I say is I'm going to be afraid for you if when it's going to come to pass. Right? I don't think those guys are going to play dirty.
Listen, they don't have to play dead. They are dead. They're dead already.
Yeah.
They are the walking dead.
Yeah.
They are visionless. They are powerless. They can do nothing if the people stand up. Let me tell you something. This little one right here, this little black boy who was born in Angliston and who grew up in Pinewood Gardens, we ain't scared. We breathe a different air in Pinewood Gardens. We ain't scared. And let me tell you the most important thing. They cannot touch me unless my Father delivers me to them. They cannot touch me. And I will stand in their face, and I will declare, warn them, and I will tell Goliath that I will cut his head off and feed him to the birds. I have zero fear of these people. They have raped and robbed us too long. And I believe that if the people stand up, they will stand down. Let me tell you one thing with Bahamians. Historically, we soft, we passive. But you know who are Bahamians? Them same politicians you're all afraid of. They Bahamians too. And they soft. And they passive. And if we stand up, they will stand down. And they've done it every time. But if we want to take this country back, we got to take their nerves. I don't fear them not one bit. I'm not wearing a bulletproof vest. I'm not afraid of them. And I can tell you that they cannot touch me unless I am delivered to them by my Father.
Yeah, see, but Bahamians has a history of being soft, right? Because you know now, see, our history was we were handed our independence on a silver platter.
Yes.
Right. Right. So you look back at our history, we have not fought for blood, sweat, and tears right to get our independence.
Yeah.
When the guy came down from England and said, "You all want it? Okay, here it is on a silver plate."
My brother.
So we don't know what it's like to take what we want. We this answer was delivered.
My brother, I'm sure that
you know.
I'm sure that you can see one thing about me. I have zero fear. I don't know what that is. My religion is that fear is a sin. I don't have fear. And I will not fear them. I will not. And we're going to stand up to them. Did you see that they send the whole military? They send tanks and trucks and things we didn't even know they had. They send the whole military in the forest to me. And I ain't back down. I tell them to come. They had all kind of threat. 14 days and we're going to do this, we're going to do that. 14 days views, they're having a party waiting on them.
Yeah, well, see, right, you was a former police officer, and so you notice that they didn't send no police, they sent the defense force who he carries out instructions, right? But the police know the law, so the police say, hey, listen, okay, this guy ain't making no offense. He isn't breaking any law. So they use the defense force officers as pawns because when they touching your camera and they follow the instructions.
Yeah.
Right, because they don't know any better.
So let me help you with this.
Right, I used to be sorry for them,
let me help you with this.
Okay, I felt sorry for them.
Stand.
I felt sorry for them.
Stand with me, and we will win. Don't fear them, and don't fear for me. The worst thing they could do is kill me and send me to my mansion. I believe, so I can't be scared. Stand with me.
Absolutely.
And they will have to stand down. Don't fear, stand there.
Absolutely.
You know what you can do if you really fear for me, if you really are concerned about me. Make sure I spread the message, because when there are more just like me, Bahamians who can spit this stuff, Bahamians who are studying for themselves, then I won't be the threat. The Bahamian people will be the threat, and they can't control us. As long as it's me studying and me putting this stuff forward, then I'm the threat. But I don't want to be the only person putting information out there. I don't want to be the only person with this knowledge. You see, when all of us have this knowledge, all of us become the threat, and they realize they can't do nothing. So then they got to stand down, and then the people will rise up. So spread the message, spread the word, study for yourselves. We don't want sheep. All right, that's what the PLP and the FNM want. They kept us ignorant. All the stuff I showed to the Bahamian people, all of the politicians knew all of this stuff that I'm saying. This ain't nothing new to them. This ain't no revelation. Nothing that I have said on any of these lives is revelation for these politicians. They know it. But it's the people that don't know it, and that's why we get taken advantage of. All you got to do, Bahamas, study for yourselves. Don't ever just take anything. And that's why I show you the documents. I show you where to go. I show you how to think and how to study. That's what I do. But thank you for your concern. Thank you for your love. I appreciate it, my brother. But we are going to win this. All right? All right.
Absolutely, yes, we are.
All right, see you Sunday.
Good night.
I see someone else is trying to call. You can call now. I'll take your call. It's time for us to stand up, man. Enough of this. Enough of this. Fair in these politicians. Oh, they got money. Brenton, they got money. Brenton, that's soft. Don't fair them. Don't fair their system. Let's stand up. Good afternoon. You're live.
Good night, Lincoln. How you doing?
I am awesome. How you doing?
All right. This is me. I like the rebuttal, but that last caller mentioned about being scared. Listen to me, man. When there's passion, results are inevitable. Whenever you're passion, you got no fear. Perfect love casts it away. What it is, Lincoln? All what?
All fair.
All fair, right?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect love casts away all fear. So guess what? It's more with us than with them. You see? And you covered. And the Bahamians are with you. Because we're ready for change. It's a different era that this generation breed. We breed in a different era. We're in our grandparents' generation. You see?
Yeah.
We are not our grandparents' generation. We don't fear nothing. We want change. Because right now, at our age, we grandparents now, so we looking up for our grandkids. We don't care. Look at Martin Luther King. You think Loretta Scott say, baby man, I don't want you to go with Marty right now because these kids still small. He didn't care about that because he had a passion. His passion was bigger than his family. You see? He wasn't checking. That's passion. That's passion. Result is inevitable. So we ain't none to fear.
Yeah.
They got something to fear.
Yeah.
You see?
It's them who need the fear. And they will fear. And they are afraid. And that's why they're doing everything that they're doing. They are afraid. They are terrified. And they see the army of lions coming. And every so often they hear a roar in the jungle and they pitch. Every time they hear our voice, they pitch. Oh my God, what we could do. And then they send the hyenas in uniform to harass us. And then we chew them up and run them.
Ain't nobody intimidated.
No, we're not.
Ain't nobody here intimidated. You see?
Not.
The momentum that already started. It done started from Andres, Brown Bahama, Abaco, Inagua. This momentum done started. This done spread. So ain't nothing fair what? That's a cool lady.
Yeah.
How you going, Naked?
Thank you, man. I appreciate your call. Ladies and gentlemen, Sunday at 5, we're going to be there. Sunday at 5. So I know a lot of people want me to do a lot of stuff, fight for them. I got to spend Friday and Saturday working. So I'm not doing anything on Friday and Saturday. I'm working on these laws. I'm going to make sure we have them finalized for you. We're going to present them to you. And we are going to, all of us together are going to present them to the government. Good afternoon, you're live. Good afternoon, you're live.
Yes, good afternoon.
How you doing?
I would like to talk to say the guy who called in to put Lindsay up in Lincoln, it's no way. I had to rebuke that particular person. I had to rebuke that, tell him, get behind me, Satan. Get behind me, devil. God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and love and a sound mind.
Yeah.
That's what God has given us. And you get it, bro. You were called for such a time as this. No weapon formed against you shall prosper.
Amen.
I have a group. We pray for you. You look refreshed. You look renewed. Listen, fear not. God said, He's with you.
Thank you.
You're the Joshua who's going to lead us to the milk and honey.
Amen.
And we join God touching hearts all over this Bahama land to come forth. Too many of us, like you said, we talk, but like we don't like come out. I'm making people bring the hip out. Right now, I can't see in the night. So I'm trying to find a buddy for all my family members. They living away now. Who, when we politicking, I've gone all out for the FNF. I've gone all out for the PLP. Hell to the no. It ain't to be no more foolishness.
No more.
God ain't real service stupid God.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The more you in the word of God, your eyes, He can keep opening your eyes.
Yes.
But now, Lincoln, it's more with us than with them.
Yes.
It's more with you. Fear not. God is with you. He said, be strong, be bold, and be courageous.
Yeah.
Because He's with you. And He's touching hearts like us to join you.
Yes.
So, sweet boy, get ready. Because there's many of us coming forth. You ain't seen nothing yet.
Yeah.
And now I'm looking for a buddy. I don't know how you could help me with that. To find somebody who I could have a ride, because I like to attend everything. Only thing is, anything to do in the night, I cannot see it. Not anytime, buddy idea. But
all right.
night, I need a buddy.
All right.
Okay.
You in any WhatsApp groups?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I guess you could use that to see if you could get people to assist you with moving around. All right.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much for your call.
Boy, don't be afraid. You
no.
You with God, and when you went to the hospital, they said you were sick all down. You know, I said, "Fuck, I don't know." I just sit him down so he can hear. He got some things to deposit in Lincoln. So when he come out from our bed, he coming fresh and new.
The vision that was imparted on me in that bed will blow your mind. I haven't revealed it yet. But we got, you talking about Vision 2025? Wait for Vision 2030. I was supposed to announce that when I play part 2. Vision 2030. It's coming. He did.
I remember what they did with Tyler and Pastor Mike. Look how what we went through in DSM. Because we were following Miles. Now everybody, because Pastor Miles is dead, everybody gonna jump on the bandwagon.
Yeah.
Oh, Pastor Miles. But look what we went through.
Yeah.
So, but you got an example. You have Jesus as the most example. Look what he went through. Look here, ain't no time to be afraid.
No.
You got God and keep in the front of God.
Yes.
Firstly, when you wake up the whole day, make sure you submit to God. And buddy, you are right. People can make this happen. This time around, we going through. I with you, Lincoln. Good night. And listen, I with you. And many of us, I get about 7 in my We are now in the good night.
Thank you. Good night. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we need absolute change. You know, if you look at every area of this country, they're failing. We're celebrating 50 years next year, and we have nothing to celebrate. I'll break down every ministry for you right now. Agriculture, epic fail. They've destroyed agriculture. Marine resources, epic fail. They have not grown our fisheries industry. We could have been the mecca of fisheries in the world. We are the marine kingdom. We are the water kingdom. We should have been experts in marine resources. Family island affairs failed. Our family islands are underdeveloped. They're packing everything in Nassau. Underdeveloped. Failure with developing bustling family islands to give us a change we need. Disaster preparedness. Management and reconstruction as a ministry. Epic fail. We don't even have a plan if a hurricane comes right now. We don't know what we're going to do if a hurricane comes right now. The shelters are not even built. They don't even have the foundation done in Abaco. Nothing. Absolute failure. Economic affairs, failure. We are blacklisted. Our economy is a parasite economy, only depending on whatever happened in America. If America doing good, we good. America doing bad, we bad. We are a parasite economy that has to change. We have failed in economics because we have no vision. Education. We have failed in education. Our children are suffering, and we are still at a D average. Epic fail in education. Ministry of Environment and Natural Resources. Environment, epic fail. We are not protecting our environment. We are destroying it. While they're talking about trees recently because Bahamians were on the crown land, they were lying on us. They're letting the Haitians, illegal Haitians burn coal, destroy our trees. They're burning bulk of sea at our electric companies. Natural resources. They lied to us all these years, told us it wasn't none. Until we start finding out information. Then they came and said, listen, it's only worth $2.5 million. A year in, you've not heard a word about natural resources. Epic fail. You're talking about carbon credits, but you won't benefit. Ministry of Finance, epic fail. Ministry of Foreign Affairs, epic fail. Flying all over the place and doing nothing, providing no results. Our Ministry of Foreign Affairs is an epic failure. They turned it into a den of homosexuals for Fred and his crew. Epic failure. Epic failure. The Ministry of Grand Bahama, epic fail. Grand Bahama is in shambles. And they're depending on one hotel opening to change Grand Bahama. When the hotel was open, Grand Bahama was suffering for 20 years now. They're making you think that they have succeeded if they open the hotel, if the hotel is opened. Do you think that one hotel opening is going to change the economy in Grand Bahama? No, it won't. Grand Bahama needs vision. And we need to take the Port Authority back. Stop sitting around waiting for this hotel to open because they're going to try to sell it as some celebration. Look, they opened the hotels and people get jobs. There were times when the hotel was open and Grand Bahama was still suffering. What's going to be different if it opens? I'm going to celebrate when Bahamians are opening hotels. That's when I'm going to celebrate. When Bahamians can partner with investors from other countries and open hotels, that's what I'm going to celebrate. Not when some foreigner opens a hotel for us to make beds and serve drinks. That's not success to me. That's failure. Ministry of Housing, epic fail. It is a tool to make money for the oligarchs. Them building some houses for Frankie Wilson and them to benefit is not success for the Bahamian people. There's still a serious homeless problem. Many Bahamians can't even afford them houses. I'll keep going. Ministry of Labor and Immigration. Epic fail. We are under attack. And the immigration officers in Abaco sitting there playing dominoes. Because the people up top telling them, we can't touch the illegal immigrants. The injunction had nothing to do with immigration. It had to do with breaking down homes and taking back our crown land. It didn't tell them they couldn't go in there and lock up the illegal immigrants. It didn't tell them they couldn't go on those construction sites and lock up the illegal immigrants. It didn't. But they used it as an excuse because they didn't want to do nothing. Epic fail. Labor, epic fail. Bahamians are being victimized all across this country, being treated bad on their jobs. No one is standing up for them. They don't even know what to do. The tribunal has no teeth. They can make a decision, and the boss, the owner of the company could say, "Well, go to hell." And then you still got to take it to the Supreme Court to sue them. So what's the point of that tribunal? To stall you and waste your time. Epic fail. Local government, epic fail. They have no power. So they need to turn real power and give real local government powers to the local government. It's an epic fail. Each of these we need a lie for. National security is in shambles. Where's Wayne Monroe? This man spent the whole from the beginning of the year talking everything except national security. He was talking about the treasure, talking about everything else. Now they ask him about crime or it's the parents. Parents? So if the parents fail to raise the children right, that ain't your job to do what's right, to fix it. The parents was responsible for them when they was under 18. The government responsible for their discipline now. Don't blame the parents. Blame y'all. You see, crime is happening in this country because the politicians are behind it. A lot of these fellas working for politicians. That's another lie. A lot of them working for politicians. And that's why the police can't touch them. I was the police. I know when the fellas made the call and the politicians called back to the station. This crime problem, the politicians behind this. That's another lie for another day. Office of the Attorney General, epic fail. Epic fail. Prime Minister's office, epic fail. All this man could do is travel. Jump on plane and go deal with everyone's business except ours. They just sent 20 Bahamian police officers to Turks and Caicos while Bahamians dying on the street. We can go solve a gang problem in Turks and Caicos and we can't solve the gang problem here. People getting shot down in the middle of the street. Ministry of Public Service, epic fail. Our public service servants are being victimized, are being treated badly. Their pay, their increments, etc., are being held back for years and years. They're suffering. Don't mind them promise some little things to these unions. They've been promised stuff before that they never got. They've been promised increments before and years and they never get it. They've been promised all kinds of things and never got it. Sign in doesn't mean you have it. Celebrate when it's in your bank account. Wake up. Social services, epic fail. People trying to get housing, people trying to eat, people are suffering. I want to end the Ministry of Social Services. There will be no need for Ministry of Social Services in the new Bahamas because Bahamians own this country. We're going to benefit from our natural resources. And the people who come in to work for us are going to make a good pay. It's going to be better than Dubai. We won't be the Dubai of the Western Hemisphere. We're going to be the Bahamas of the Western Hemisphere. I hope you get what I'm saying. Tourism, epic fail. I'm going to re-release our tourism plan, a real plan. Epic fail. We bragging about 5, 6, 7 million tourists to countries like Dubai, a desert, getting 25 million tourists, and we bragging about Disney World gets 90 million. Not Florida, Disney. 90 million tourists. And we bragging with 5, 6, 7. And how much head start we had? We talking about tourism, and we don't own the major hotels in this country. Bahamians can't own the major hotels. Bahamians can't own a casino in this country. We failed. Ministry of Works, failed. Look at our roads. 50 years, you can't drive on the road. Some noise making on my truck tire right now. Dropping in hole, dropping in hole. Ministry of Works is a fail because BC is a failure. Waterworks is a failure. Everything under the Ministry of Works is a failure. And all they do is do contracts with their cronies. Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture, failure. Government athletes had to try to find money to do something. We're going to give you a real plan. We already released our plan for sports. We're going to re-release that. Let you see real vision. A lot of you have not seen stuff we've done in the past. Our youth, they're failing our youth. Culture, they're failing in culture. That evil Chester Cooper went to New York to meet with persons from Times Square to come and do shows here. When you got qualified Bahamians who can put shows together, that is shameful and disgraceful. Disgraceful. These people are an epic fail, every single area. And next year is 50 years. I'll tell you one thing. I've had enough. I'm going to see y'all. My camera turned sideways. I don't know why my camera turned sideways. I don't know what's up with that. I'm going to see y'all on Sunday. Please, give me Friday. Give me Saturday. I got some work to do. I'm not meeting or talking to anybody on Friday and Saturday. It's time to take this country over and take this country back. And I hope you're ready. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to bring the change that this country needs. But it's only going to happen if you stand with me. That's the power and that's the strength. So thank all of you all for tuning in. There's always so much we want to talk about. We did 2.5 hours tonight. Please be there with us. I know some of y'all want to watch football, but all them fellas rich. Remind them, they rich. Everyone walking up and down on our field, we got to save our country. Because the criminals coming in now with drugs on the boat. Remember I told y'all, the problem isn't just the illegal immigrants coming in. They coming in with guns and drugs. Brave Davis making that statement. I got to show you this. Last thing I want to show you. I got to show you all this. Brave Davis made a statement with the guns coming in the country and the Haitians. And he was basically blaming America for the guns that are coming in. This man is an imbecile. Brave Davis, you are an imbecile. You are lost. And you are corrupt because you are covering up for what's really going on. Listen to this man. He brought up Haiti at the UN. And he brought up the guns. But watch this.
The people of Haiti continue to suffer. The political vacuum left after the assassination of the president just over a year ago has led to more violence, with the instability fueling more tragedy and threatening the entire region. Migration is not the only issue which the Bahamas is grappling with. We are also struggling from the proliferation of guns. We do not manufacture guns in our country, and yet they illegally find their way to the Bahamas, and within days can be connected to some criminal activity. In an archipelagic nation made up of some 700 islands and keys, range across 100,000 square miles of water, defending our borders is an expensive challenge. We believe more manageable and effective efforts can be made at the source to ensure that a right to bear arms does not so quickly and easily translate into a right to traffic arms.
People were celebrating that speech as if, it made any sense. He's now talking about America. Brave, the majority of our guns right now, talk to your friends. You know the criminals, Togi and Bobo and all these people and not saying Togi and Bobo is criminals, but you know all the criminals and you're associated with certain people. Listen to me. The guns are coming from Haiti. Okay? Yeah, they have American serial number because Haiti don't make guns. America makes guns. And the guns are being sold legally to Haitians, in some cases military forces, and it's being bought legally. But then it's being sold out of the military, stolen out of the military, stolen from the police force, or sold. And so America legitimately sells arms. That's one of their biggest industries. Can't blame them for that. But then it's coming from Haiti. But you don't want to do nothing about Haiti. You don't want to close our borders. So you want to throw it and make it look like it's America. You are a fool. And I don't want people to be impressed by this speech. He was speaking to no one. The place was empty. And let me tell you something. No one pays attention to speeches from Philip Brave Davis. Let me tell you something. Basically, all the world leaders spoke. You can't tell me what the president of another country or prime minister of another country said. What did the prime minister of Jamaica talk about? Did you see his speech? No, because you're not interested. Now, Jamaicans saw his speech. So only Bahamians is paying attention to Brave. No one watched that. The people in America wasn't paying attention to him. They have no interest in what he had to say. Biden spoke, and many of y'all didn't even know Biden spoke. And Biden spoke, and he basically said they are going to be pushing for corporate tax, which is totally opposite of what Brave is talking about. So in other words, you didn't even pay attention to Brave. Because all of the legal money laundering, etc., that a lot of persons here make money from, that's going to be shut down. Because it's not going to benefit companies to put money in your country anymore, because if they put the money here, it's going to be taxed. And that's what Biden was talking about. But people only watch the speeches that's related to that their leader might have spoken. Other leaders spoke, many of them. Y'all ain't watched them. And just like people from other country didn't watch Brave. No one even was sitting there. They had no interest. Like when Biden was speaking, the place was full. They wanted to hear what he had to say. It was full. When Brave spoke, like no one was there. Yeah, okay, that's what he has to say. Ladies and gentlemen, don't be deceived by these fellas in their little action. Oh, he's in high demand. High demand where? Listen, ladies and gentlemen, we got a country to save. I'm going to see all of you on Sunday. I'm going to see you on Sunday. Be on time. Be on time. Please be on time. We're going to talk about our immigration situation. I'm going to show you some things they snuck in there already. And we're going to go over this bill that we're going to present to these people. Our nation is under attack, under serious attack. There's drugs on the boat in Crooked Island. They're filling up the outskirts. They know no media is there, and no one's going to cover it. Crooked Island is under attack. I mean, the Bahamians didn't even want to go to Crooked Island. That's where my daddy from, Colonel Hill, Crooked Island. They taken Colonel Hill. They taken Crooked Island. The lady came. One of the women came on that boat with a PLP shirt on. One of the immigrants with a PLP shirt on. It's a New Day shirt on that boat. Now, someone tell me how that happened. The immigrant land in Crooked Island with a It's New Day shirt on. So someone tell me who behind this? Who's behind what's going on? Y'all better wake up. Because if y'all don't, it could be too late. I wanted to show you all a picture with the woman with the shirt on, but I can't grab it quick enough. Ladies and gentlemen, if y'all don't wake up, it could be too late. See y'all on Sunday as we come together to take action, legal, legitimate action. Give them a chance to do what's right. Close our borders the right way. Protect our land. And if they don't do what's right, then we come in to deal with them. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been fun. I'm going to see you next time. Enjoy these videos and these clear reminders as I leave you. Ladies and gentlemen, change ain't coming. Change is here. See you on Sunday.
Do I have political aspirations? You are run for assembly or you want to be appointed to the Senate? I love politics. That's not the question, man. Stop being smart. Do you intend to offer yourself if the opportunity arises? Should an opportunity arises that I feel makes sense, and an opportunity did come about, things in proper perspective here, I was offered an opportunity to run. And you declined? Position, if I feel as if it would put me in a better position. We have expanded so much so that we've stopped using the ATRs, and now the 130-seat Bahamas Air jet flies into Cape Haitian, goes in full, comes out full. Regularly. So now at the ticket prices of around $500 to $600. So get to Haiti? Yeah. So you do the math. Every week on.
Let me just say that I have always been a part of this community. And there's no accident I know how to do all the dancing. Because I always be and share with you. Because you are me and I am you. Yes, sir. And I'll be here with you always. And those who knew me from the past and know me now, they always knew that I was there and always been there for you. I don't call you all, you all are not Haitians, Bahamians. You are Bahamian, and your origin is Haitian. Mine too, and many of us. We have to stay apart for now so we can be together later. In on now.
Are you all ready and willing to go?
I don't know how you did this in 50 years. You look at history. Who does this? Show me anybody else that has done this in 50 years. I'm waiting. Show them to me. This wasn't done by money. Money doesn't produce visions. Visions produce money. You've had leadership over here that were visionaries, great visionaries, and their vision was more about the people than the money, because you can't accomplish this in 50 years without loving your people first, because the people are the ones that's benefiting from this. Look at your health care. Look at your road system. Look at your highway system. Look at your airports. Who does this in 50 years? But who benefits? You're going to care about those people. It's something to be learned about what's been done over here that could be duplicated in the world, because it's people with this much money. You just don't have people with this much love for their people.
And it's Bahamians aren't prepared to stand up and fight and defend their own Bahamas, then you don't deserve to have it.
Now let that sink in. Come on. Change ain't coming, change is here. You can hear it, you can feel it in the air. All politicians, put your hands in the air. Just a stick up, let me make myself clear. I'm a grown man talking, so you know what to do. No one's leaving till we figure out the truth. Why you laughing? This ain't nothing funny. So no one gets to go home till we figure out this money. Change ain't coming, change is here. They say change ain't coming, but change is here. They say change ain't coming, but change is here. They say change ain't coming, nigga, change is here. Now if you ain't standing with us, then I know you against us. Bahamas, this ain't no time for us to be lukewarm. This is war, and we riding through the storm. Come on. Let's go, shalom to all my Hebrew brothers, to all my Muslim and Rastas, we need you, brother. Selassie, I know, I can't forget the Christians. Let's put our differences aside, cause this a bigger mission. See, they've been doing this for years, trying to separate us, kinda trying to keep us down and never elevate us. Now it's time to praise the Lord, cause he's about to take us over to the promised land where we can celebrate us. I got to do it for my kids that ain't even born yet, so the minute that they born, they already gotta check that check. Gotta have that time to collect, so they won't know how it feels to have that yoke around their neck, yeah. See, y'all been robbing my grandmother, my great-great-grandmother and grandfather. It's like y'all can't get enough. Y'all just keep eating and eating and giving us nothing but taxes. Y'all went even as far as to say that this country's in debt and we ain't got no money. When 9 times out of 10, everybody in this country's possibly a millionaire. It's time to wake up. Let's talk about natural resources, cause every time we bring it up, they say hold your horses. They say it ain't worth a thing, but it's worth a fortune. Meanwhile, they open up their businesses across the borders. Oh yes, we track their bank accounts across the waters. They say this country in debt, but they making millions. If we don't stop this now, they be up to billions. It's about to go down and I get the feeling we gotta cut a movie on these dirty villains. On this Lincoln Bain and his team came with information. It's like everything changed, everything went quiet. It's like so much facts and they can't deny it. They rather keep their mouths shut before they start a riot. Now look how they tryna just steal the oil. They don't wanna share with none of y'all. They been robbing us while we were sleeping. Send them to jail cause they failed, they committed treason. Change ain't coming. They say change ain't coming, but change is here. They say change ain't coming, but change is here. They say change ain't coming, nigga, change is here. Listen, from Freeport to Nassau all the way to Nagua, there's no more time for us to sit back and be quiet. You understand? This is war. If they only knew who we were, if they only know who we are, they would know we are warriors. No retreat, no surrender. Just give us what you owe us. Bless the Lord, oh my soul. I feel this all the way to my ancestors. We are warriors. We only really want what's owed to us. You get it? Now free up.